Whatever you are chained to, Jesus Christ has come to set you free. Whatever pieces of your past you hold tight to, there's a Savior who paid your debt so that you can let those memories be. Whatever you are so used to being defined by, the Son of God has come to speak truth to those lies. And I know this to be true because He did that all for me. So what are you chained to? Are you chained to who you used to be, the things you did, the facts you hid, the things that people who look up to you don't know about that you have no desire to admit? Do you live in a prison of secrets? Are you chained to what people once did to you, the memories of people that mistreated their power and said some terrible things to you, did some terrible things to you, did some things that would break God's heart but put the blame back on you? Do you live in a prison of abuse? Are you chained to what people expect of you, the expectations that you can't shake, that every day steal a piece of you? Do you live in a prison of not feeling good enough no matter what you do? Are you chained to religion, the lists of do's and don'ts that you've accepted so you can get by with just the bare minimum? The man-made ways you exalted, hoping you could earn salvation? Do you live in a prison of traditionalism without a real revelation? Are you chained to your own sin, feeling like you know what you want to do, the right thing to do, but you still do the opposite? Do you live in a prison of your own flesh that you feel stuck in? What are you chained to? Because I don't know about you, but I've been chained to some of these things at one point or another. These sins have had control over me. I've been controlled by my flesh and lived a life of hypocrisy. I've obeyed my desires in the name of proving else no one else was in charge of me. And I felt the comfort of rituals of religion so that I can convince God and say, hey, at least I'm doing my duty. And I've lived in a prison for most of those years because I never truly got what Jesus did for me. I did not get that He did not come to restrict me. I did not get that He did not come as a police officer throwing a set of rules at me. I did not get that He did not come to condemn me, but rather because of my sin, I was condemned already. So Jesus came to be a friend, to give His life to set His friends free. I did not get that Jesus coming, dying, being buried, and rising now changes everything. For though we have been chained to so many things and have been a slave, Jesus said that is unnecessary. I am creating a new way. I came, died, and rose to life so you could accept. You too can resurrect. And you can have a new life in me. Your chains of who you were, they are not who you're supposed to be. Romans 8 clearly states that if Christ lives in us, then our bodies are dead because of sin, but our spirit is alive, for we have been made right with God. The same Spirit of the one who raised Jesus from the dead is now living in us. So the same God who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to our bodies too. He will set us free from the chains of death. He will set us free from the pains of our past. He will set us free from who we were and give us a new life too. Because if God is not enough to raise us from the dead, if He is not enough to save us from our lives of sin, if He is not enough to redeem us from all the places we've been, then He couldn't have been enough to resurrect Christ. So either we've been made alive or Jesus is still dead. But since He's not dead, since the tomb is empty and no Savior's bones are lying amongst the graveyards, we can know and rest assured death has long been conquered. So let those chains fall to the floor. May the metal of our shackles echo loudly around the world. We were once slaves, but are bound no more. We were once dead, but are no more under sin. We are alive. We are free. We are children of the King, and we belong to the Lord. Amen.